some Sonic fan games and remakes have better games in terms of quality than Sega themselves. And today we'll be looking at the three main remakes that actually might have beaten Sega in terms of quality and gameplay. Project Reignition is a Sonic and the Secret Rings remake made by Kumapaws. I will put his YouTube link in the description. Sonic and the Secret Rings at first faced a lot of criticism because the gameplay was so buggy and it was just a hassle to play as. Now with Project Reignition, it's the complete opposite. The gameplay and mechanics are absolutely unreal, and right now it's not even complete yet. This project has a lot of things that Sonic and the Secret Rings didn't, such as new controls, better level design, and even more things that were missing in the original game. So as I said, the project is an absolute game changer, and the devs are locked in to get this game finished. So I know this game will be peak when it comes out. It's not like Sonic and the Secret Rings is a bad game. It actually has a lot of redeeming aspects, such as the aesthetic, the scenery, the music, the story. All of that is great, and it's some of the best in the entire series if you ask me. But when we get to things like the gameplay, it kind of falls apart. The Wii was known for having so many games that force you to use the motion controls, but this game decided to take it a step further and making tilt controls the only control method. This is why Project Reignition is an absolute game changer. It changes the entire aspect of the gameplay. That's why I believe that this is one of my favorite remakes of all time. Let's talk about the several new improvements to the gameplay in Project Reignition. The skill system has been significantly altered, making it so that skills that once just improved the controls are now equipped by default. Skills that were also just weaker versions of other skills have also been removed, making the skill system a lot easier to understand and a lot more enjoyable. Progression has also been improved, making story critical missions more apparent. Before we get back into the video, I want to tell you about our quick sponsor, Scentdrop AU. Scentdrop AU is a Melbourne-based perfume decanting business with a simple goal: to make fragrance accessible to everyone. By offering affordable decants, customers can explore and enjoy a wide range of scents without having to buy the full bottles. Now, you're probably wondering, what's a decant? A decant is basically a small bottle that holds in your luxury perfumes for a low price. Scentdrop AU continually expands its collection, giving perfume lovers the chance to discover new favorites and experience the excitement of trying something new. Now, if you want to buy this, go to my link in the description or scan this QR code. And if you want a discount, here's the discount code on the screen. Now, let's get back into the video. But moving on to the Black Knight. This is a fairly recent demo that just came out, so there's a lot of stuff that still needs work, and we actually don't have a bunch of game available to the public just quite yet. But this is called Sonic and the Black Knight Project Reforged. Obviously a very similar experience of what we just experienced with Sonic and the Secret Rings Project Reignition, where they're basically just remastering the entire game of Black Knight with better controls and also adding some different things along the way, where this game has even added a custom level and a custom boss fight to it. Now don't get me wrong, I've played this game, and the game has a long way to go. There's still a lot of bugs and different things that are definitely unexpected to happen, but this I believe is very early in development. But for being a fan remake of the game, it actually is pretty damn impressive. I think the game actually looks really good for being a fan remake, and the controls are pretty damn good for the most part. It doesn't have controller support quite yet, so you do have to use a keyboard and mouse, which is definitely a little bit a different experience for me. as I haven't played that many games on keyboard and mouse, but once I kind of got the hang of it and played a few levels with it, it actually controls pretty damn well, and it's actually a lot of fun to play. Now this is still very early, as this is only in its alpha version of the public release, and this still isn't necessarily the one and only way that you should be playing Sonic and the Black Knight yet, but it has the potential, and it's definitely something you should keep your eye out for in the future. If this definitely gets some more love, and it seems like a lot of people are enjoying it so far, and the developer kind of keeps up with the project, I think that this definitely could be just like how Reignition is. This has a bunch of promise and a bunch of original content that they're adding to the game, and I can't wait to see what the creator does with this project. Alright, I'm just gonna say it. Sonic Colors Ultimate should have been amazing, but it kind of flopped. Like, yeah, it's still a good game, but the remaster, it didn't hit the way people expected it to. But what if I told you there's a mod that basically fixes everything? When the game launched, it had some pretty obvious issues. The lighting looked weird, there were way too much bloom, cutscenes looked blurry, and there were even bugs that made the game feel unfinished. Even after updates, something still fell off. It just didn't feel like a true ultimate version of the original Wii version. And that's where this comes in, Project Re-Rainbow. This is a fan-made mod that completely reworks the visuals and presentation of the game, and honestly, it feels more like a real remaster than the actual remaster. First off, visuals. The mod fixes the lighting big time. The original release had this weird washed look, but Re-Rainbow brings back the vibrant colors the game is known for. It also removes the crazy bloom effect, so now everything looks cleaner, sharper, and just way more natural. Like, this is how the game was supposed to look. Next up, cutscenes. If you've played Ultimate, you already know. They look rough. Low quality, kind of blurry, not great. But this mod replaces them with the re-rendered versions that actually look HD. And once you actually see those cutscenes in HD, you kinda start realizing how much potential this remaster had from the start. Like, it's not just a small upgrade, it completely changes how the game feels. But honestly, the biggest difference you notice is the lighting, because lighting in a game like Sonic Colors is everything. This game is supposed to be bright, colorful, almost theme park-like. But in the original Ultimate release, everything looked kind of off. Too bright in some places, too dull in the others, and the bloom effect, yeah, it made everything look like it was glowing for no reason. And if you compare it side by side with this mod, it's actually crazy. With Project Re-Rainbow colors pop the way they're supposed to. The sky looks natural, the environment feels more alive, and you can actually see details instead of them being washed out. And that's what really surprised me. It's not just about better graphics, it's about immersion. Like, when you're boosting through a level at full speed, everything just feels right. Nothing looks distracting, nothing feels out of place, you're just locked in. And then there's the smaller detail, stuff you might not notice at first, but once you do, you can't unsee it. Textures look cleaner. Colors are more consistent, and even Sonic himself just fits better into the world, and it all adds up. Now, let's talk about audio for a second, because yeah, this mod doesn't just stop at visuals. Some tweaks to the sound and mixing actually makes the game feel more polished. It's not a huge change, but it's one of those things where everything just feels tighter. And then there's performance. The game just feels smoother overall, less jank, fewer weird moments, and it just plays how you expect a modded Sonic game to play. Which is kind of crazy to say because again, this is a mod doing all of this. And I think that's the coolest part about this whole thing. This wasn't made by a big studio like Sonic Team. This wasn't some official update. This was made by the fans. People who actually care about the game and how it should feel and how it should look. And I'm not trying to hate on the official version, but when a fan project ends up feeling more polished, you gotta respect it. Because this is what people wanted from the start. Like, I went back and replayed a few levels with this mod, right? And it genuinely felt different. Not because the gameplay changed, but because everything around it just felt better. The colors, the lighting, the presentation, it all just clicked. So if you're someone who played Sonic Colors before, or tried Ultimate and felt disappointed, or even if you completely knew, this mod is probably the best way to experience the game right now. Now obviously it's not perfect, it's still built on top of the original game, so it can't fix absolutely everything, but for what it does, it goes way further than you'd expect. And honestly, this is one of those mods that doesn't just improve a game, it kind of redefines it. Like, if this version dropped at launch, people would have had a completely different reaction. And yeah, Project Rainbow, definitely worth checking out, especially if you want to see Sonic Colors at its best. If you find this video enjoyable, drop a like, subscribe, and let me know if you want to see more Sonic content. And make sure to check out our sponsor, Central.au. Their link will be in the description, and I'll put all the creators of these projects in the description as well. And yeah, I hope you had a great day, and yeah, bye.